One of you guys asked me about if the Asils would fight. This is my original Asil hen, and I don't know if you can tell, but I had to suture up the back of her neck. I tried to reintroduce her to her daughters into the Asil pen, and I thought they were doing all right. Well, the next day they had peeled back her, just above her eyes there, they had peeled back her scalp to the point where her skull was visible. It's really too gruesome. I didn't take any pictures of it because it was pretty horrific, and I thought for sure she would die. I think that was 4 days ago. And as you can see, she's doing fine. So not only will the stags and roosters get into horrific fights, the hens will kill each other. So as keeping, stags together, this is a Cobra Aseel. They're game. I've got him in with a 1-year-old Asil, Denoy Asil cross, some kind of Asil cross with the white shanks. Dune was the dad. Now, the way I got these two guys to cohabitate together is that they were, this Cobra Aseel was free-ranging, and I let this guy out when he was just little, and now I can house them together. But if I was to separate them, I would not be able to put them back together. They'd probably kill each other. So I've got some fermented, I've mixed a combination of some scratch grain and some bird seed together in here. Oh, it smells really good. Has that nice soury smell to it. So this does a couple things for your chickens. The anaerobic fermentation, I guess, that you got going on, frees up makes some vitamins and nutrients and stuff more readily available to your birds. The other thing it does that I like is because it's wet, it superhydrates your birds. Because it's not dry, I think it's easier for a couple reasons for them to digest. They don't have to drink a bunch of water to counter the dryness of the food. And then you get the added benefit of the probiotics and different critters, bacteria and stuff that's good for their digestive system. Super simple to make. You just take whatever, any kind of grain, oats. You could use oats. I've used oats before. And you just submerge it in water at, room temperature or above. Doesn't work too good if it gets too cold. And keep it submerged. Make sure there's a layer of water on top of it. And after it's been in there for 2 or 3 days, you can feed it to your birds. A really pretty color. Kind of off-white shanks. Not that nice pearly white shanks, but she's got pretty color. I was also asked about sexing out the chickens, which I have to admit I'm terrible at. But I'm pretty sure this is a pullet. Because if you look, she's got her comb. She has almost no comb, and it's pretty pale. It's not very bright. The stags tend to have a much brighter comb. And I can't do it because I've only got one hand, but the stags will also start developing spurs, which the pullets won't have. Now when they're babies, when they're, you know, day old, I haven't really experimented with the wing sexing, but the idea behind it is basically that the females have a more complex wing structure. They'll have alternating feather shafts coming in, long, short, long, short, long, short, where the stags will be more of a uniform length on their wing feathers. And they also, the actual physical structure, the morphology, the shape of the outer wing will have a divot in it on the hens, and on their stags it'll just be a straight arc. I'll try to stick a photo in here. So anyways, it looks like she's gonna make it. I sutured her up. I put, I think, 5 stitches in her head and covered her with antibiotic, triple antibiotic. But she won't be going back in with the Asils because they'll kill her. Oh my goodness, you guys are hungry. No. All right, everybody go in. Everybody go back in here. Oh, step on you characters. Look out. You also look for behavior. Like, these guys are interested in eating, but if you startle them when they're young, run your hand over the top of the pen, the hens will tend to, the pullets will tend to scooch down. They're more shy, more, you know, they'll kind of hide a little bit, where the stags will look up at you, give you the stink eye. And behavior-wise, the stags just tend to be more aggressive. They'll do more flying and football bumping into each other when they're little. And the other thing you look for is when they start to develop their tail feathers, the stags, of course, will get these thin, I forget what they're called, thin, long, oh hush, feathers. Of course, the pullets don't get that. And they'll also get some curvy tail feathers. The pullets tend to be more, you know, straight. But having said all that, I'm really bad at sexing them out. I jokingly say that if I get one that lays an egg, it's likely to be a hen. Making more sour feed, sour mash. There's corn, or scratch grain, mixed with bird seed. They also have available to them layer mash. I just got some hard-boiled eggs and as many green vegetables as you can find for them, or grass. I'm not free-ranging them this year like I normally do because of the bird flu. Then put a cover on it, let it sit for 3 days. You'll be set.